Hi, Will Mcmahill here. For my vlog, I'm going to be talking about the Kidnap poem by Nikki Giovanni. Let's take a look.
The Kidnap poem by Nikki Giovanni. Ever been kidnapped by a poet? If I were a poet, I'd kidnap you. Put you in my phrases and meter you to Jones Beach. Or maybe Coney Island. Or maybe just to my house. Lyric you in lilacs. Dash you in the rain. Blend into the beach to complement my sea. Play the lyre for you. Ode you with my love song. Anything to win you. Wrap you in the red, black, green. Show you off to mama. Yeah, if I were a poet, I'd kidnap you. Nikki Giovanni.
Well, that was interesting. This is a very unique poem, using many writing tools to capture the reader. First, let's take a look who this poem was directed to. As you could hear throughout the poem, I noticed that the author is speaking as though he is directed towards one person, using the word you instead of words like all of you that could mean multiple people or a group of people. I also noticed that the poem has a kind of romantic mood to it. Giovanni talks to the reader as though she is an instrument in his poem and uses metaphors to express his affection towards her, whoever the lover may be. Giovanni uses romantic metaphors such as lyric you in lilacs, blend into the beach, play the lyre for you, ode you to my love song, and wrap you in red, black, green, show you off to mama. All things that he would do to the reader if he was a poet. Interesting. Clearly, Giovanni uses these metaphors to serenade the romantic partner that the poem is intended for. But these metaphors are not the only writing tool that Giovanni uses to hook the reader. One thing that really caught my eye was his use of alliteration. And for those of you that don't know, alliteration is a repetition of a particular sound in the stress syllables of a series of words or phrases, straight from Google. For example, the crusty crab, with the stress syllable k, k. You could hear the k sound repeated in that phrase, crusty crab. Alliteration is a useful tool that Giovanni uses to hook your eyes throughout the poem. You can hear an example of it in the phrases, lyric you in lilacs, la, la. Blend you into the beach, ba, ba. Alliteration really grabs you and makes you focus more. But what really makes this poem so nice and smooth? It's just the rhythm. You know, kind of like a song. Nikki Giovanni does not waste time using many words. He's nice and concise. For example, he starts the poem with, ever been kidnapped by a poet? Now that doesn't seem so strange at first, but what he could have said is, have you ever been kidnapped by a poet? Have you. Have you. Just two words, but they make all the difference. You can see this again when he says, put you in my phrases, rather than, I'd put you in my phrases, using the word I'd, or I would. Giovanni's choice to leave out the filler words throughout the poem like that gives it more finesse. Some people would think that this is just grammatically different, but not Nikki. The words roll more smoothly throughout the poem instead of the choppiness like other poems. This puts me in a state, almost like a trance. Giovanni is hypnotizing the reader. Wait, Giovanni's hypnotizing the reader? Genius? Obviously. The best kind of love song is the one that's just so smooth that it makes you fall to your knees, that it makes you fall in love. That is what Giovanni does in the Kidnap poem. So what does all this mean? Well, in conclusion, I see this whole poem kind of as a serenade. Nikki Giovanni is directing this poem to a woman. She could be a girlfriend, a wife, an ex-girlfriend. Who is this mystery girl? Anyways, Giovanni uses writing tools such as metaphors and alliteration to hook the reader, to serenade her by telling her what he would do to her if he was a poet. It's all just one big romantic metaphor, really. Yeah, the Kidnap poem is a romantic metaphor. The Kidnap poem. And the musician is Nikki Giovanni, using his smooth words and rhythm along with his writing tools to hook the reader, to reel in his target and show her his love. Wow. That was deep. So serious. And that's my analysis on the Kidnap poem by Nikki Giovanni. Adios.